but two peoples are watching. I don't see anything.
Still
But
buffering.
let's start with the intro.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. What a lovely day. First time recording, being live, being out there with the Tribal Yoga DAO podcast. And we have today a very, very special guest in the house, Airosoul, kind of a Tangled legend. It's such a pleasure to have you here. And how do you feeling today?
First of all, thank you for having me on. And glad this is working and working like a charm. I'm doing great. I'm doing very good today.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Awesome. How
about
was your
you?
weekend, Airosoul?
My weekend.
Yeah.
I worked and I skated.
Mm.
Well, I didn't work like my job, but I worked at the skate DIY.
Mhm.
We had to do some stuff. Some skateboarding. It was great. Sun's coming out here in Germany. Great weather. Get your vitamin D. It's great.
Awesome. Yeah, springtime in Germany. As far as I remember, you're located pretty to the west side of Germany, kind of the Rust Belt of Germany, and we met each other through skateboarding, but as well through education and getting ready for the work side of life. And for everyone who's not familiar with DIY spots, maybe you want to explain a bit what you did there, why you were working on the weekend on a DIY spot, and what's the mission there you're setting up?
To make it short, like it's our own skate park, illegally built, but made with a lot of love and also a lot of concrete and sweat. It's our own skate park. Create as you wish, and that's great. But it also takes away a lot of energy and time as well. You know, it's all investment. But it's great. I think it's the fifth or sixth year we have that place now. No, fifth year. Fifth year. So it's great.
The fifth year building on it.
And I think since we have it, fifth year since we have that as well.
Sick. And it's all kind of started with the Utopia DIY, the big one, kind of close to the main train station of the city where you are coming from.
Exactly. That's the first DIY, you could say. Well, not really the first. We had other DIY projects in the past as well. But like small parks, and then we had this big as opportunity to create a skate park on this vacant parking lot spot. And they said we can have it for a year, but it turned out to be like 3 years. And we basically went big on it. We have a club, you could say, here. Actually, it's funny that we talk about this because I just wear the shirt of them. Skateboard Initiative.
Nice.
Actually. They got together and we got some proper funding going on, and then we had some concrete trucks actually pulling up, and then we had big ramps, big stuff going on there. And then it got demolished, and then we had to make our own illegal one. So that's the backstory. pretty much.
It's a pretty epic one. I didn't been to the new yet, but the old one was like such a beautiful spot. But before I start like losing myself in this reflection of this dream, how was it for you? And what's the big difference? Because at the same time, you kind of built this DIY spots. You got a very big skate park in your city as well, built it from, let's call it, professional companies. So what's for you the big difference between a DIY project and like a professional skate park, and the vibe at all?
Okay. That's actually a pretty tough one. And I don't even know if people who don't skateboard or anything will get this.
Mhm.
I know you will, but well, first of all, Utopia was amazing. Was amazing. I mean, I kinda my legacy there was, apart from building ramps, I also painted the ramps, and I kinda all those things, all those paintings I did, actually I got to recreate in miniature for an art exhibition where they created a fingerboard park version of the DIY, and asked me if I can paint it. And so I got all the photos from the past and all the ramps I did, and I recreated that. And that fingerboard park is now existing. Funnily enough, it's next to the new skate park they built, which you just talked about. So that one is huge. That one is huge, and it's very great. I mean, we met the guys. They actually they gave us some stuff as well for our DIY. I can't say any names now though. But I think the main difference is skate park. The city gets to decide basically on the budget. And even though if you have luck, they will ask the skaters what do they want, what kind of concept they want to have, and stuff like that. But at the DIY, it's more to the core like that. And DIY also means basically being involved with the whole project. You know, you gotta set up the planning, you gotta get the tools, you gotta get the funds, you gotta get the people to work with, which is apparently the biggest issue. You would think, oh, money is an issue, or tools. No. Actually, getting slacker skateboarders to do some hard work is actually the hardest part. If you don't want to be... I guess that's with most projects you do, and have that's like, if the more people are involved, the more the core shrinks to like 3 to 5 dedicated people that will always be there. They will also be swearing the most about it, but they will be the ones who do the most, you know? And then there's all the other people who will come and be like, oh, it's amazing, I love it, it's great to be part of it, but they don't do much. You know, and it's all fine, but you gotta know that when you start with it and not be surprised. And I think that's the difference. Like a skate park, you go there, you have fun, you skate, and also there'll be other people there you don't know, and you can make friends with them, or they can be annoying. Who knows? And at the DIY, it's a little bit more enclosed because it's much more dirty. The ramps are not in any shape regulated. So you have wobbles and some dangerous sections as well. So yeah, I think that's a big part of the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got this. Totally. And yeah, everyone, feel free to leave some questions in the comments. It's like an open podcast. I just try to guide through that. And how is your experience like with professional projects? Like if we go especially to the phones, how you explained that many people would think, oh, that's a big struggle, but it's more like for sure having the right people to stay there all day, all night on the mixer, mixing the concrete and yeah, flushing the concrete on the trannies and making it all smooth and nice for skating. What actually is a very way crazy craftsman art kind of job. I think there is not so much out there what you can do with concrete, who is so intense than building skate parks. Yeah, prove me wrong in the comments. But beside that, with the fun part, with the funding, how did it work for you? Like, because usually on professional parks, there's a budget there, everyone gets his salary, there's someone taking all the responsibility and stuff. How does it work at your DIY? How you figured out such stuff with payments? I guess there was no payment at all, but like getting the money together for the tools, for the concrete, and structuring the whole project.
Yeah, I think to kind of put it in segments, like responsibility comes from those that take it. So there's not really any hierarchy or anything going on there. Not saying it's a good thing, not saying it's a bad thing. It's just a natural development that occurred. And some people like to take responsibility, and others don't, and that's fine. That's great. But yeah, it's always shifting, basically. And in regards to funding, that's basically, well, I don't know if I would calculate everything that's been poured into that DIY park. That's about at least more than 10 grand or something. So, and that's basically our own money. I know for a fact, because I bought so many tools and stuff. Some tools, well, I use them anyway for myself, so it's just an investment for me. And other tools, like pickaxes, shovels, buckets, a push wagon, they get destroyed either by working with them too hard or by people who wanna do you harm, as well, because we have that too. So that kind of hurts, mainly because of the money wasted, and so you try to make as much work out of the stuff that you can get, so it's worth it, you know. But yeah, funding, for example, I did a fundraiser, I think nearly a month ago, for some new concrete and some stuff, and that only works when you have people, again, taking responsibility and being there. Okay, we want to do stuff, and we're going to do it, you know. Because who wants to donate money for something that won't happen? So you gotta be there and be like, okay, we're doing this, and we're gonna do this and that, blah blah blah, and we have plans, and we're all currently working on it. It's great. It's the spring, so you can work finally again, because in winter you can't do concrete. At least not nice.
Yeah, in Germany where you are.
Yeah. It's
like
wet,
you have
and
to
it's
sit
cold,
under the plastic foil, shaping.
Yeah. It's not working. It's not working like that. But when it's warm, it's great. Also, the concrete dries much better, and that is overall much better. But yeah, that's for funding. That goes basically people who like the project and are willing to donate. And yeah, with the current fundraiser, we got, I don't know, a couple, like $400 or something like that, which is pretty good for the projects we have going on. I mean, more is always great, but already a couple $100 goes a long way. Certainly to motivation as well, because you see, okay, maybe there's not so many people showing up these days, but there's still people who like the project and want to donate, and they want to see us make it work. And I think that's a great motivation. So I'd say it's half-half. Half the money comes from people who like the cause and donate. Also, when we do events, then we get some donations for that as well. But again, it all comes down to people taking responsibility, doing
So
and
what's your
organizing
feeling when someone is out there want to start like a DIY project in any sense, but let's stay with skateboard DIY projects because we both are more familiar with that. Like want to start with it. What's the easiest way to do it? Like meet up with your friends and say, hey, let's take holidays on the same day, or everyone meets after work, or how you managed? And second question would be with the funding part, you had ever any kind of support yet from Millex or Tangled for the DIY project you're working on?
Okay. I do the second question first, and then the first one, because the first one takes a bit more time, I think. Yes, of course. Also from Tangled, I made a big announcement and also created a group for the DIY
Nice.
to update Tangled with pictures and show people as well, but also to kind of have it separated from my online identity, because then it's a separate thing and I can manage much better. Yeah, people donated a lot, and we got a very big donation as well, which helped in me buying a tool, a new one, which we desperately needed. So Tangled worked great with it. I have to admit, though, most came from the already existing community of skateboarders, just because there's more skateboarders I know outside of Tangled than on Tangled for the moment. But yeah, that's been a big help, and being able to cash it out on Tangled was great. Was a bliss, very quick, and helped me get the tool. I can show you actually if you want to.
Nice. Yeah, show over, please.
Because what many people don't know is, in order to create, you sometimes have to destroy. So this thing, I don't have a thing on here. We basically used to destroy a section of a ramp because it was bad. We couldn't skate it properly. So we had to get this thing, and what it does is basically hammers and drills. So you can take out some stuff, and that's a bliss because we did it with hammers by hand, and that sucks. Yeah, Tangled has been very helpful with this project as well. But to get to the first question, which is, I think, if I would say the most easy answer for anyone who wants to do their own DIY project, it's literally get it out of your head and do it. Like, just start doing it. And even if you don't have the proper tools or the proper money or anything, but you have an idea and you maybe have a sort of structure how you want to do it, just start with it. And then you will see what you need. Because you will never know what you need when you don't work on it. You can always think of, I would need this, I would need that, maybe I would... And that is stupid. You get caught up in the process of overthinking things, and you think so much that you basically finish the project in your head, and then you will never start it. That's unfortunately, that's the sad truth. So just try. Get out there, or get in there, whatever the project is actually, And I think that's not even for skate DIYs. I think that's basically for every project you can think of. Get yourself there and start with something, and then you can feel it and know what you need, or if that's even something you want. And from then on, you can take the next steps, and then the next steps would be planning, and then getting people activated, motivated to do stuff. But I would start with, I don't know, if you have someone else who wants to do the same kind of thing, call them up, say, okay, when you have time, let's meet up, let's do this, let's try it. And maybe it's 1 hour of doing nothing because you notice you can't do it or anything, but it's 1 hour you spend actively thinking or working on it. And I would count thinking as working in a sense.
And you learned a lot, gained a lot of experience.
Exactly. And just being there and sharing visions, and then, be like, oh, okay, I think it would be possible, but we need that, and then it would be, oh, okay, maybe we don't need that if we do this, and stuff like that. So you develop together, and but yeah, I think the most important step is really to just get out there and try, and then from then on, it's much more easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise you have a mountain in front of yourself that you make yourself.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I'm trying with the tribal yoga DAO here at the moment, like similar style. Just go for it. Like, I don't know if I have the resources. I've been in different DAOs in the last time, doing a lot of different stuff, figuring out, but I had more the skate DIY spirit of, okay, let's start it and let's see where it's gonna end. Let's come to the ending part later, and it's super inspiring. Yeah, move forward, figure out. I think that's about life. It's like how we used to do it with a skateboard: jump down this 10 stairs so long until it works. And it's a process of life. And yeah, it's super inspiring. Let's see, maybe we can grow with the whole DAO principle. Like, my intention of it was removing this idea of needing a teacher or a guru, because all the time life, it's kind of the best guru itself. And the experience to do the practice is the important stuff, and to develop it together is always nice. And maybe in the future, because karma yoga, the yoga of doing, of helping, is a very strong part of yoga tradition and philosophy, maybe in the future we can implement like this karma yoga thingies that people help at DIY parks, at other public goods like gardens and other stuff. And we more and more focusing on working together out of the passion, creating public goods like DIY skate parks where everyone can show up and join the crew, can directly vote, can engage, can build by themselves. That's especially this incredible magic there. But yeah, before I talk too much, we also slowly coming to an end. And it's pretty nice to talk about the ending at all. What is your feeling, Airosoul? Like, after we built thousands of DIY spots, everyone is hyped, skating, shredding out there. We have a blissful, incredible happening of, we call it life. But what happens, in your opinion, in your feeling, when the time is over and we start kind of identifying Airosoul with not alive anymore, and we start identifying you with being dead? What's your feeling? What happens after we die?
Damn. That's still a tough one for me because I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided what's going to happen, and I have to decide soon, because who knows what happened. And then I'll be standing there, and maybe like, what's going on, man? It's just the white nothingness, because you haven't decided upon what's going to happen to you after you died. Now they're like standing, yeah, man, I was busy. Because I honestly think that's how it works. It's your own creation of what you think. what you think is going on. No, I haven't decided yet upon it. I do like the idea of the karmatic law that, you get reborn into whatever life form kind of represents your good and your bad deeds. But I think that's honestly just, I don't know. Some people, I think, take it like a holistic approach on basically the Christian principle of heaven and hell. And just be like, yeah, but it's more with animals. But so I'm not too fond of that. I do believe in karmatic law, but not in a way that I think, oh, I should do good because then I get rewarded good. Because I think that's the wrong idea you should have of good deeds. You should do them because of a deeper reason than just to be rewarded with good. It's absolutely understandable, but it kind of takes away a lot of the depth of the idea. And again, heaven and hell, I don't know. I think those are different principles that they apply more to the life on Earth, actually, and what we make of it. I like to think, since energy can't be destroyed, that basically what happens is when I die, well, hopefully, I just get reborn as another human being, most likely, and have no remembering or whatever to it. I think that, yeah, that's basically my idea. I just that's just all the pain or suffering you may go through at the end of your life, which everybody wants to avoid at death. But that's the only certainty that life can give you, Like, you can miss out on all the opportunities, being rich, being poor, getting lepra, riding a unicycle on a mountain. All different opportunities, very, very rare. One opportunity you can get is to die. And everybody has that. The great equalizer. And I don't know, it makes more sense for me that it's just basically death is the rebirth. Kind of goes to the more Nordic kind of thinking that every death is a birth, I think, or something it's called. Alles Sterben ist ein Werden. Every death is a becoming. I think that's how it's said. And every becoming is a dying as well. And embracing that dying is great as well. Instead of regretting, it's you could say like Goethe. I know you love him. Alles, was entsteht, ist wert, dass es zugrunde geht.
Everything.
Which,
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, in German it's very nice saying. It's a very nice saying in German. Try it in English and it loses so much soul and meaning. But yeah, basically everything that gets created is worth that it vanishes. And there's a lot to that. Yeah.
Like, I'm more a homie of Hesse and Schiller, but yeah, Goethe is lit for sure. Like the old romantic times. Let's see, maybe we slowly integrating more from these times, coming back to the substantial things. We just had like a big blackout in Portugal yesterday.
Yeah.
For a couple hours. It was pretty interesting. And I'm like living here in the woods, in the greens, in the hills, in the middle of a lot of plants. and was like, oh, sick. No need to use my phone at the moment. No need to use my computer at the moment. Everything's kind of blacked out. It's nice. It's chill out here. I can imagine in an environment like a city. It's kind of more harsh. I hope everyone is doing good. But at the same time, I think that's what it is. Coming back to the substance of life and to our being and to the realization that we all kind of equal, at least with facing death.
Yeah, strange how those things become a blessing when it's forced upon you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like so many people are like, oh yeah, well, it's actually good, you know, you sit together and you talk or you play a board game because not everybody's on their phone and stuff like that. And you think like, oh, okay. It's like you can't do it yourself because you know you're chained to it, but when out of other force it gets taken from you, you're like, oh, finally.
Nice. Thank you so much, Airosoul, for all your experience you shared, for your time especially, for talking about DIY culture, inspiring me to jump back, put my arms in the concrete. I just had a call before we had the podcast with someone, a good friend of mine, setting up a skate park a little bit more up north in Portugal. So when anyone wants to know more about you, just go on Tangled, look out for Airosoul, get in contact, and he maybe shares with you where his favorites DIY are around. Maybe from the accent you couldn't hear out, we both kind of have our roots in a way in Germany. I'm more based in Portugal at the moment, but traveling around a lot. And so much inspiration. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much for having me.
What a blessing. And I hope everyone out there has a blessing as well. I definitely will go this week trying at least one day being completely offline, but the other days I will be online. I will trying to push the whole tribal yoga thingy forward, the DAO. I want to push it forward on Tangled and on other platforms. Everyone is welcome to engage, to bring in your ideas, your vision. It's in common. It's a public good, as same as the DIY skate park. So it's all about doing the practice, coming out, bringing your ideas and pushing, moving things forward. Thank you so much to everyone listening, to the whole community. And now we go off air.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. See you.
Hallo und wir sind durch. Yes.
Nice. Nice. Das lief doch gut.
Ja, voll. Voll. Irgendwie hat's...
Einzige was...
Ja.
Sorry?
Das Einzige was?
Ich muss sagen, das Einzige was auf Tangled ist original, kurz bevor wir gestartet sind, ist irgendwas mit dem Chat passiert. Nicht nur bei deinem Stream, sondern bei allen Streams. Bei Danny war das nämlich auch, dass irgendwie der Chat gerade nicht funktioniert.
Okay. Ja, aber vielleicht gar nicht so verkehrt.
Aber es hat